Healing from betrayal trauma. When we experience trauma, our memories of the trauma don't get filed away neatly like other memories, like other experiences, where it's filed away neatly. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to the experience. What happens with betrayal trauma is it's like a bomb explodes and there's little fragments in your brain and in your body. And these fragments occur like they're in the present tense. And they're random. We don't have conscious control of these fragments. That's why we have intrusive thoughts. We have overwhelming feelings in our body that we can't control, meaning they're part of the subconscious. And that's why we need to work with these traumas at the subconscious level. And you can bounce back stronger with subconscious trauma healing. Because betrayal trauma affects your brain and your body. Because these fragments, these memories pop up randomly, we have no conscious control of them. We keep experiencing the trauma as if it was happening in this moment. And it's because those memories have been stored in the present tense, in our brain and in our body. So every once in a while they bob up from underneath the surface in the unconscious mind, underneath the surface in the unconscious, and they come into your conscious awareness with those thoughts and those feelings in your body. Betrayal trauma healing starts from deep within. And traditional talk therapy often falls short when trying to heal betrayal trauma, because healing after betrayal isn't just about understanding it. Because you can understand it and talk about it and workshop your betrayal for years, and some people actually do that. But it doesn't lead to the healing. It doesn't get you quite across the line, because all those emotions are still stuck in your brain and in your body. Talking doesn't fix emotion. Talking with your conscious mind, figuring things out with your conscious mind, that works for a lot of your problems. When problems can be solved by talking about them consciously, it usually fixes them and then you move on. But just notice that you've been talking about this trauma for quite some time. And all the understanding doesn't get rid of those thoughts and those feelings in your body. It doesn't get rid of the triggers, those things in your environment that trigger these thoughts and these feelings, causing them to come to the surface from the subconscious to your conscious awareness. Talk therapy is amazing for so many things. And if you still have that triggering emotional element that's persisting, often talk therapy can make that worse, because as you recall it, you're summoning up all of these feelings and these thoughts from your subconscious. And that's why we dissociate, because those thoughts and feelings, they're overwhelming, they're too painful. And so sometimes talk therapy is happening as you're in a dissociated state where you're talking and maybe you've talked about it so much, you just go into this kind of script, but you're not really acknowledging what happened. And I get it, because it's so painful. So there's ways that talk therapy makes things worse. And it actually reinforces this kind of circle that you're in, it always leads you back to that same spot in the present moment where you're feeling triggered. And so you need to look at healing from that subconscious level for that deep, lasting transformation of betrayal trauma. The power of accelerated hypnotherapy and OEI therapy is that it rewires your subconscious, and it can do it quite quickly within 1 to 3 sessions. And OEI therapy was actually created to resolve trauma, to integrate. It stands for observed and experiential integration. It was meant to integrate, meaning to put all of those traumatic fragments into the past where they belong. So you can clear out those emotional triggers and you can start to feel safe again. Here are the signs that you have betrayal trauma. You overthink, you have this hypervigilance and fear of new relationships. Your nervous system is triggered after the betrayal, and you're stuck in that survival mode. You're experiencing all of those memory fragments, experience them in your body, remembering those intrusive thoughts from triggers in your environment, and you may overreact to these things in your environment. Something small might happen, but you react way up here. You can rise above challenges, rise above the experience. And you can stop that betrayal and that trauma from defining who you are. And you can have success after setback. You can rebuild that confidence, that safety, that trust in yourself, so you can start to trust the world. And you have that power within you, the power of your superconscious, to heal the trauma at that subconscious level. So you can put the past into the past. That's how you know that things are working, because you have that distance from what has happened. The past is in the past. You're no longer experiencing it every day. And it's not taking up all the space in your future. So you can actually create a more fulfilling future for yourself. You can rise above challenges. You can start your healing now. You don't have to keep reliving that betrayal. There's just one thing that you need to understand, is that as long as this trauma is unprocessed, as long as it's not integrated with your other memories, you will keep living that trauma. Accelerated hypnotherapy and accelerated OEI therapy can give you that permanent emotional freedom, because as we file these fragments away, you can have more distance from them. They won't trigger you every day. You can start to feel calmer, safer. You can have more clarity every day. There's a space that opens up in the present moment where you realize that you can connect to this calmness and this groundedness. And from that space, you can create possibilities for yourself in your life. Does this make sense about your traumatic memories, reliving them in your brain and in your body? Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe and like this video for more content about healing from betrayal trauma. And let's connect on the next one.